It's always exciting to come around to talk about African football on Nigeria Super Fans Forum. My name is Oluwafemi Ashaolu. How was your weekend? I hope you had a fantastic time to yourselves. Let's quickly take you through what we'll be discussing today on the show. We'll be talking about the just concluded Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. And congratulations, big congratulations to South Africa, the Bayana. Of course, they won their first title after several attempts, and the Israelis and ladies, they are still, of course, I'm sure, they are still celebrating their victory. Remember that the SAFA promised them $30,000 each. I wonder what the ladies will be doing with that amount of money if they dethrone the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And of course, they just did that, defeating the host Morocco 2-1 in the final. So we'll be looking at WAFCON today. And of course, the Super Falcons of Nigeria, it wasn't a very good story for them. Remember, they went there chasing their 10th title, but eventually they finished fourth. I tell you, you heard that correctly, fourth. And there's been a lot of question about if Nigeria should retain the services of coach around the Waldrum. We heard a lot concerning that coach after that defeat to Zambia in the fourth place playoff. So we'll be looking at that on the show. And of course, we're getting says that the Confederation of African Football is looking at suspending the September qualifiers for the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations in order to allow the 5 continental representatives at the World Cup to prepare adequately for that tournament. So we'll be looking at that today. And of course, in Ghana, the rivalry between Ashanti Kotoko and Hearts of Oak, trust me, is not going away. It's like the rivalry between Manchester United and Liverpool, not even the one between United and City. It's not going away at all because of Hearts of Oak, Ashanti Kotoko have pulled out of a tournament that has been organized in that country. So we'll be telling you why they did that. Kyle Ogundare is very much arrived back from Morocco. He went to see the final between South Africa and Morocco. So he will be telling us a lot about what he saw in that country. Kyle Ogundare, you're welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
We missed you. I'm sure the fans also.
I also missed the show. I followed up, and I liked what you and James Akperebi did. It's nice to have James on the show, and subsequently he's going to appear more regularly on the show. It shows that you guys are capable of holding the forte.
I hope you're not planning to leave us.
Not really, but it's good to know that you have capable people handling things, even when you are there or not. It's dangerous when a show revolves around only one person. And the fact that James stepped in and he did brilliantly, in my estimation, is enough reason to think he's a good choice, a good addition to the team. And so we are happy he's there. And thank you too for holding down the forte.
Anyway, thank you for the opportunity. Kade, let's get down to business. Remember before the 12th edition of the Africa Women Cup of Nations, we talked about that money, $30,000. I was looking at $30,000 is enough motivation, but I think the South African girls, they had a better motivation. It might not even the money. They wanted to win their first AFCON title, and of course they did that in style.
I do not agree. I have never agreed that money is enough motivation.
But why do clubs do that?
Yeah, they do it in desperation.
Even national teams do that.
Not all national teams, especially
in Africa.
Not even all national teams. West Africans generally. Look at South Africa.
Money has
look at South Africa. They had arranged, or they had done all the arrangements before the competition. They asked the players, they told the players, you're getting 30,000 if you win the competition. So they didn't wait until after they have won. How can Nigeria send a team to a competition of that magnitude, and in the middle of the competition there's money problem again and again, Femi?
I wish we were around last
again and again. I followed everything. I saw the program, and I was mad that why do we do this to ourselves every time? Why are we like this? This team was going to that competition like at least 6 months before. Everybody knew Nigeria were going to qualify for the WAFCON. So you should have made your preparation. The fact that you and it doesn't hold water to tell me you don't have money, because the same NFF president would not hesitate to tell everybody the NFF is 95% self-funding. So where is that self-funding?
Were you even surprised when we heard that the NFF said the intervention fund, which was meant for the competition, is not totally in its hands? So it shifted the blame to the sports ministry.
It's a pattern, Femi. It's a pattern that I pray we do not ever have to see again after the end of this administration. I do not want us to see this shifting of blame, shifting of responsibility, making spurious claims that you cannot back up with facts and logic. Telling us, I was at the function when the NFF chairman, and I hope he will prove me wrong, where he said by that engagement that they were going to be 92% self-funding. And they have done more after that time. So I expect if you are 92% self-funding, Femi, you should be able to take care of your teams to competitions, not subject Nigeria to ridicule in the Committee of Nations at an international forum like that Nigerians, the players now refuse to play. And I do not blame the player. Forget whatever anybody tells you. The players are the reason why we have the NFF. Mm-hmm. We can have the players without the NFF, but we cannot have an NFF without the players. We do not need them. That's the truth. So you have to take care of the players, give them what is due to them. These players have not asked for a ham and a leg. They're just asking for what is due to them. These players are the breadwinners of their families.
How would you even send a team to a competition and what will come to them, the bonuses have not even been addressed?
That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
You knew they were already playing. And so nothing was even done in order to
arrange the
competition to
at all. They would have gone and come back and you see behind them 2-3 months after the competition. See, this is not rocket science. That's why I said I don't believe the South African motivation was mainly about money. One, they want to show how much progress they have made. They know that the only country standing between them and the WAFCON was Nigeria. Luckily, they had the opportunity to play Nigeria in the first match. They won, and they were in a good place psychologically going into the final. Even if Nigeria had qualified for the final, they would come into the game as underdogs against the South Africans because they had been beaten once in the competition. Mm-hmm. But it didn't happen like that. They played the final with confidence. I knew they were going to beat Morocco. In fact, that the game was close was for me like a minor miracle. I expected them to win with a larger margin, but the most important thing was they got the job done. So for me, we should get Africans, West Africans, Nigerians, we should get to the point where we realize that money is not enough motivation, especially for the senior national teams. For example, the Super Eagles.
National pride?
Not really national pride. Femi, we should aspire to greater things. We should wear the national jersey with pride. That you know what, out of 200 million Nigerians, like 50 million plus are footballers. If I am choosing among the final 11, the first 11 to play, it is a thing of honor.
So this statement is for the girls, right? Or for whoever is going to represent the
whoever, that's one. Then two, you as the administrator, give these girls what they deserve. These girls have not asked for anything extra. If the Super Eagles were playing at this competition, you know how much their match bonus will be. You know how much their camping allowance will be. So these guys have not asked for equal pay. They're asking for the minimum that you have promised them.
Which is $10,000. And we heard that only $1,000 were paid.
So why can't you do that? It's a thing of shame. And nobody should hold now, Femi, good. Now the chicken has come home to roost. They said that Opara Nauze was chucked out of this team because she stood for the players, that you should pay them what is their right. She stood as the captain. Some of these girls sabotaged her.
I'm sure it was the boomerang of that outburst that made her
to excuse herself from this team. Some of these girls, they criticized her, they sabotaged her. Now the shoe is on the other leg. You see what they talk about? Something, what goes around comes around. That is karma. It's quick. It doesn't take too long before it comes around. So now let's see who they are going to hold responsible for what has happened now. Because you cannot promise somebody $1,000 and you refuse to pay them.
But Kayode, see, why do we keep having these issues? We have, remember basketball.
We have officials that are not sincere. We have officials that are there for the love of what they can get from the game, not because they really want the development of the sport. If you actually want development of the sport, you have to prioritize players' interest. Because they are the reason why, Femi, we are talking about this. We are here because of the players. This is a spillover of whatever the players are doing. We are talking sports because they are players. Our administrators are administering because they are players. Those who watch are watching because they are players. That's the point. The players are the focus of everything we all do. Even the viewers at home, they watch because they are players to watch. They cannot watch Amaju Pinnick play football. Who will do that?
Okay, Kayode, I know you are. That's why thank God you were not around last week.
I know I am sufficiently very angry.
Because I wouldn't know what you will have done.
Yeah, no, I'm angry.
But let's talk about Randy Waldrum. Kayode, as the competition progressed before before the climax, we talked about the performance of
Exactly.
and what that man has brought to that team.
Yeah.
But should we retain the services of this American? Because we heard that he flew out to the US almost as soon as we lost to Zambia, and we also heard that he exited the Falcons team's WhatsApp group. So isn't that really more or less like saying, I'm done with this job?
Let's look at precedents. The last time Nigeria finished fourth was in 2000. That was 2012 or thereabouts. Kadri Kana was coach.
And he was sacked.
He was sacked.
Yeah.
So why are we even debating whether we should sack this guy?
This one is American now.
He hasn't shown it. Nigerians have won this competition all the times we've won.
We also read that he is into college coaching.
Yeah, he was.
They said it's a 12-team competition that he's never finished above 7th career.
That's one. Secondly, he's still managing the university team. So the Nigerian job is just like a side hustle for him. You understand? You can now compare him with the Moroccan coach. Compare him with the South African coach.
The Israelis has been there.
That's the point. See, so some things that they just take their natural course. They do not happen by chance. We leave too many things to happen to chance in this country. We should not be talking about a Waldrum in the first place, because like the last time I was on this show, I told you, I said 2 things you look at in a coach is pedigree and potential. What is his pedigree? You just talked about him being a university coach now. In a 12-team league, he has never finished beyond 7th. So where's the pedigree? Now, what's the potential of a 65-year-old man? And like I said the last time, I'm not even concerned about his age, but about the age of his ideas.
I think I am.
No. See, the age of his ideas are much more important. We've seen a Marcelo Lippi, we've seen coaches at the higher age, older age, who have done well. Telly Santana did better at his age for Brazil. So that's why I said I'm not even interested in his age, but the age of the ideas he espouses. That's why you see the first thing he did was pick arguments, pick fights with journalists. You call them negative. An American call Nigerian journalists negative because he has the proper questions.
For constructive criticism.
Yeah, because he has he has proper questions that you expect them to ask. Will he have dared to call the American press negative? So I think without even this, the matter is not even supposed to be up for debate. He has left. He should just be allowed to go. I heard in some certain quarters that he doesn't have a contract. If that is true, fine. Don't give him one. If he has one, please tear it up.
We can use DHL to send maybe his luggage.
Let him go. He should come for it whenever he wants to. He has taken us from the first position to the 4th.
They said top to bottom.
So what are we waiting for? Let him just go.
But Kade, let's look at this team. A lot of people have said that we are still relying on the old legs, tired legs in the Super Falcons. Do you agree?
I do, but then there have been some very, very influential players who have come through. And I'm quick to tell people about Tony Payne. That girl won my heart. She has played in a number of positions.
Should that credit go to Waldrum?
To be fair, it will. It will, because he had the heart to bring her into the game. Then you have to credit the girl. The occasion, that was her first major competition, and she did not allow the occasion to overwhelm her. She played all of our games, and she was outstanding. Tony Payne. And the girl that we did, okay, if we give him credit for Tony Payne, then we have to also discredit him for the way and manner he managed Monday Gift. We have to. So for me, these things balance themselves. Yeah, it balances itself out. So for me, I think there have been outstanding players in this team, new players who have shown us that the future is very, very bright if we choose to dare. There is Tony Payne, there's Uche, there's Alimat Ayinde is a old war horse.
Of course.
He's not particularly new.
And she's not looking tired. Really.
She's not looking tired. She's one of our most outstanding players. Rashida Ajibade is new in the team. But most people don't know that Rashidat is new to the Falcons. But because she has played under 17, under 20, they tend to think, she has been around forever. No, she hasn't. So there are a whole lot of players that have come through that in this team. Or maybe this should be her last. I expect her to call time on a national team career. She should be forced to retire. Or Ale, did extra job because of Onome. So she should. We have an Ashley Plumtree that did excellently well for me. She's also young.
Combination with Ali.
Ali, she's naturally a central defensive.
The left side of the defense.
So she will do well. We have a Tony Payne. We have a lot of players. We have the Alozie girl, very, very brilliant. There is the Ubona, very, very brilliant girls that we have all over the park. We are not short of talent in this country, Femi. You know what I'm talking about. It is just about the application of the resources that we have. That is where we have a problem. We need a proper coach. And like I said, a proper coach doesn't mean a white coach. We can't have a proper coach in Nigeria. In this country, we have had a Sami Okpodu, a former Nigerian international who is based in the US. He came back to Nigeria to coach the Falcons. He won the WAFCON in 2002, but he was sacked because we felt he didn't play sexy football. Now we have somebody who took us to fourth. And you're asking whether we should be retained.
He didn't play arcade, he didn't play sexy football. And...
Femi, both of you should be flogged.
Okay, Kade, let's go to... we still have a lot to discuss.
All right, bring it on. I'm informed.
But let's talk about Victor Osimhen.
All right.
We saw videos on social media yesterday, Kade,
yes.
of this Super Eagles striker being sent out of training by Luciano Spalletti.
Yes.
And before then, there had been issues in the media regarding his family, his sister and his in-law, accusing him of owing them millions of naira. This is not a good PR for Victor Osimhen.
I think he should watch it. There's enough bad press around him already. And I think, sometimes there's a way these things work together. I think the off-field problems that he has is really, really affecting him on the pitch, where he's paid huge money to perform. And when he gets into direct confrontations with his boss like that, to the point where he was sent off, the clip is running now, where he was sent off, and in disgust, he threw away his bib. For me, it reminds me of a certain Taribo West in this same Italy when he was at Inter. He was substituted in a game. In anger, he flunked his jersey at the coach. That was the beginning. That was the end of his career, of his Inter Milan stay. See, no matter what anybody tells Osimhen, like I said when he had that spat with Victor Ikpeba, I said he has won nothing yet. He has a long way to go. We pray he gets to his fullest. We pray he gets to his fullest potential, but he has to watch it. You don't get anywhere with this kind of attitude with your coach, with your family.
Because the coach could just have a meeting with De Laurentiis, the owner, and say, I don't want to see Menez.
Yes.
And that would be the end.
That would be the end.
Then we'll have to
and the very, very funny thing is, once people project you as a difficult player to work with, it goes around. Nobody will touch you. Nobody will touch you. Nobody will touch you with the long pole. So he has to watch it. Femi, there's no excuse in this. The coach said he was talking too much. I have never heard something like that before. And this is a coach that reposed so much confidence in you, even when you were out injured. Yeah. For him to tell you to go out, you can imagine for you to tell your kid, your daughter now to leave the room. She must have done something extremely rude. Ordinarily, you won't want her to leave the room. But if you tell her, you know what, leave the room, she must have done something extremely rude. So that means he said something out of order. He should watch it. He has not even started his career. He should not end it prematurely. Please tell him.
Hopefully, I should tell him. Hopefully, Victor Osimhen will apologize to Luciano Spalletti, to his teammates, because they were all there. They saw what happened. And of course, to the owner of Napoli, because like Kyle said, over the past week, there have been issues regarding him here in Nigeria, where his sister and his in-law accused him of owing them millions of naira. As a matter of fact, that case even in court, and they had to go to the press to talk about it. So we hope that Victor Osimhen will at least calm his nerves, like they say in local parlance here, off your mic and cool down. We'll quickly go on this very brief break. We'll be back to talk about a lot of things happening in Ghana. We told you earlier that CAF is considering suspending the September AFCON qualifiers in order to allow the 5 continental representatives at this year's World Cup to prepare adequately for that tournament. And of course, in Ghana, Ashanti Kotoko and House of Folk, the rivalry has been renewed. We'll be back to talk about all this. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and it's still Nigeria Superfans Forum. Akade, let's talk about, though CAF has not officially come out to say this is what we intend to do, but there's been a report that this particular decision will at least will benefit the likes of Ghana, Cameroon, Morocco, Senegal, and the likes will be representing the continent at this year's World Cup. The World Cup is just a few months away. the Confederation of African Football is planning to postpone. Since the tournament has now been moved to 2024, there's still no space to play the qualifiers. So they're thinking of shifting the September qualifiers in order to allow this team play friendlies, organize, the season will even be on at the time so that the players will have more time to rest. What do you think, Kaidi?
I think it's a brilliant idea. When you first think about it, you look at the point that since these teams will be involved in all the qualifiers, that it will be a good way to prepare if they play competitively. But then if they are going to play competitively, the players may not give up their best because everybody will be scared of coping injuries that could stop them from going to the World Cup. So for me, like you said, what's the rush? The competition has been postponed, so you have enough time next year to play all of the qualifiers. Then why don't you arrange this period for them to prepare well? All you just need to do is all the African teams that will be left redundant because they are not playing qualifiers, you could set up high-profile friendlies with them. I expect Ghana to take advantage, set up friendlies with Ghana, with Nigeria, Egypt, and those other teams that are not going to the World Cup. So that would be a good one. I hope it comes.
You like to see Ghana, Nigeria?
Yeah, I do every day, all day, and because one thing that you have to understand, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that when both teams play, it brings out the best in the two teams. That's what it does. They inspire each other. Ghana, no matter how poor you think Ghana are, when they play Nigeria, they always have something extra to motivate them. It's not about money now. That's where the issue of money motivation comes in. It's about the pride. When Nigeria plays them, there's this thing that you see that, okay, we are not going to lose. If we lose to any other team, not Ghana. So for me, that would be a perfect way to prepare for the World Cup. Play Ghana, play Nigeria, play Egypt, play all these top teams, play even the World Cup teams. And then you look at your qualifying, your World Cup group. Look at teams who are in South America. Play South American teams. You have the time now. Look at the teams in Europe. Play European teams. So that you get
in Asia, because you have South Korea.
In Asia, play Asian teams. Japan are always fond of playing African teams. Play them so that you have an idea of how to prepare for the Asian kind of football, the South American kind of football, the European kind of football. So I think CAF got this one spot on, and it is something that we should. Laudable. It is very, very laudable.
Okay, let's talk about Ghana now. Of course, on September 4th, we will be having the champion of champions, the clash between, of course, title winners. I'm talking about Ashanti Kotoko, and of course, the winner of FA Cup, which is Out of Folk. So that is set to. But there was a competition, or there is a competition being put together by the Ghana Club Association managers. They call it G6. They were originally supposed to be 4 teams, like top 4, but they eventually decided to expand it to 6 teams. Now, because of that, Out of Folk will be coming into the competition.
Because they finished in the top 6.
Yeah. And the purpose of that competition is to prepare the teams that will be playing in the continent so that they can do well for Ghana. But because of this, because of the Out of Folk coming in, Ashanti Kotoko had decided to pull out, saying that the sporting integrity of that competition has been compromised, Kaidi.
You know the truth? They have a point. And the point is, like I always told Ifemi, you do not change the goalpost in the middle of a game.
You are supporting Out of Folk now. Why
No. I mean,
Ashanti Kotoko, yeah.
They have a point. Listen, Femi, listen. You do not change the rules in the middle of a game. If this had been agreed that, obviously this would have been a top 4 competition if Out of Oak had finished in the top 4. But because they finished in the top 6 now, the goalpost is now expanded. I don't have a problem with expanding it so that it will also help them in their continental campaign. But Femi, let's be honest. Rules are rules. Rules are rules. We should be steadfast. That's the integrity. That's the sporting integrity that Kotoko are talking about. In that way, I agree with them.
But why is it that it's only Ashanti Kotoko complaining about Out of Folk coming into this competition?
Yeah, you've answered that question for me yourself. Yeah, you've talked about the rivalry. No, it is, see, tomorrow it could be the turn of us to also complain about Ashanti Kotoko. But for me, what I stand by is that when rules are made, let us follow them to the letter. You cannot continue to shift goalposts. That being said, I think they have also overreacted. You could make your point that this is not the proper way to do things. You could make your point. and then you go ahead with the competition.
They release a statement.
That's what I'm saying.
That they have pulled out of the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, they can still be persuaded to come back. But if they eventually decide to stay away, it is not good enough. It is not good enough. You can make your point after. If you make that point, everybody will understand that this is not good enough. If you want people to respect us, we have to respect our rules. If the rule says only 5 teams will play this competition, make it a 4-team competition. Don't bend the rules for anybody. What if it was another team that finished 6th? Would the competition have been expanded to accommodate those teams? No, we are doing this because it is arts. We shouldn't be doing that. That is playing. We are favoring one team over the others.
But sorry to cut in again. What I learned or what I understand is that the G6. Sorry, talking about the Ghana League Club Association now, they said they secured a good funding for the competition. So they decided to expand it. No. So they are not just bringing in, they are bringing in more things.
Femi, we are saying the same thing. Of course, any club competition in Ghana must have Hearts of Oak and Ashanti Kotoko. They are. But what I'm saying is, even the sponsorship is contingent on having Hearts of Oak in the competition. I agree. But there's a way you have to appease out of Kotoko. Hey, let's not deceive ourselves. The last time these two met outside the league,
sacrifice.
The last time they met outside the league in the President's Cup, Hearts won. So maybe they felt, thank God they did not qualify now. We will have an easier chance to win. Now you are bringing them through the back door.
They are scared of something.
Probably, if you put it that way, but the fact is, rules are rules.
Scared of something.
Rules are rules. Rules are rules. Follow the rules, Femi.
And let me say, the Ghana League Clubs Association, they released a statement. They said, we are playing top 6 and all the matches will be played at Baba Yara Sports Stadium. The tournament will be played from August 14 to 31, 2020. So the format for the tournament will be announced later. According to while reacting to Kotoko pulling out, they said, we apologize to fans of Kotoko. We are not looking down on them, but we need to keep Ghana Reps for Africa very active before their Africa campaign begins. According to the vice chairman of GHLEC, John Ansa Kayode.
We are saying the same thing basically. Especially, okay, this competition will even hold at the Baba Yara Stadium, Kotoko's home ground. So, and you don't expect Kotoko to be playing. Of course, it will take the color of the competition. They can still, between now and when the competition is going to hold, they can still appeal to Kotoko to come back. But like I said, let the point be made that you do not shift the goalpost in the middle of a game.
I think Kotoko, they find themselves in a very difficult situation right now. They do not even have a coach because, of course, Dr. Prosper.
They have a backroom staff. That is not enough. Fine, I understand.
They are actually looking for a coach.
They will get one.
There's been a number of coaches in Ghana that have come out to say that the club have approached them to take over. And they also have a number of players that have left because it is, according to Dr. Prosper, it is one of the reasons why he left. He said the club is not making any effort to replace those players that have left. They'll be playing in the Champions League. There's been no reinforcement, so he decided to leave and decided to focus on the chanting because he's in charge of the chanting. So I think Kotoko, they have a lot on their plate right now, and they do not even want these G6 to put more for them to have. But what do you think about Dr. Prosper leaving? Because remember, we talked about
yeah.
He said he's got offers from outside.
And I said he should take them up. He should. And
I can't tell you.
Osimhen Pitso did very well in South Africa. He got offers from North Africa, from Egypt. He did well there. So he should also take advantage. If he gets any offer, I promise I will personally drive him there. Let him go and take those offers because those offers do not come every day. He should take them up. One. Then two, he has a very good reason, a very valid reason for leaving Kotoko. You cannot, these players won the league, and they are leaving.
Just a week before, they are sure that I was going to see how is a remaining 1 year contract.
I told you that wasn't going to happen. But now they should have tried to replace those players with quality. You cannot sell quality players. And you can't sell those quality players and now decide not to recruit other players to take their place. Not anyhow players.
And you even heard that Udinese, they've put on table 1.5 million euros for a toga.
It should go to. The truth is, it should go. The immediate future of African footballers is not in Africa. Not in the nearest future.
The sad truth.
It should go. Because this offer will not be there 3 months into the season. 6 months into the season, this offer will not be on the table again. It should go when it can now.
Okay, Kayode, let's come back home. Rivers United, of course, they won their first title, and of course, their governor, Yeson Wike, received them, and he promised the players $20,000 each for winning that competition.
That's huge.
Huge, right?
Yeah.
And he also promised them $40,000 each if they make it out of the group stage of the CAF Champions League for next season.
I like that.
But when you said money should not always be...
I was going to say, no. See, he paid them $20,000 for what they had done.
We don't know if he has paid them, but he
promised
to.
No, he will. They are one of the best funded teams in the Nigerian league. I know that for a fact. They are one of the best.
They wouldn't have even won the competition if they are not. They wouldn't have won.
They have good players.
A cash trap like Atlant.
They have They have good players, and they are well funded. I know that for a fact. And the fact that he's giving them the money after is appreciation, not motivation. Now, the issue of them winning getting out of the Champions League group stages, I do not know how he intends to do that, because this government will end by May 29. And by that May 29, 2023, the competition will still be in progress. So if the next governor that comes in is not sports inclined, how do you hold him responsible for a promise that somebody else has made? That's why it's dangerous to think you can motivate them. Yeah, sending them to Real Madrid is good. I like that.
For 2 weeks training.
It's not even preseason. It's for them to just go and flex. Go and enjoy yourself. What are they training? Are they going to play? Are they going to play Real Madrid? You guys play too much.
Why are you like this now?
You play too much. So they are going to Madrid to go and enjoy life, see the sights and sounds of Madrid. It's a good thing.
They are not tourists.
But that's what they are going to do. Leave that talk. That's what they are going to do. So I like that. It's good. It's good reward for winning the league. $20,000 is good money in any currency. Then the issue of promising them $40,000 if they leave, that I don't want to even talk about, because who knows who is going to be there. It's not sure that it will be there by the time that competition gets to that stage of by the time it gets to the group stage. It's not sure. So let's keep our fingers crossed.
So you are skeptical that I hope Rivers United players are not watching this.
No, he's a man who promises and does whatever he promises. He gave them this. I am sure he will give them the 20,000. No, you know, now. The last time they had a concert in the state and they brought the musicians, he gave them money. He announced how much he was giving them. He gave them, I think, 10 million naira each. He gave them. So that, for me, is not a problem. He promised, and I'm sure he would have given them the 20,000. It is the 40,000 that I'm talking about now, that he's not even sure he will be in office by the time the competition gets out of the group stage next year.
That time, I used to have music talent.
Yeah, sorry for you.
The last thing, let's go back to Ghana now. Okay. A former Ghanaian player has been talking about new players coming into as we round up, about new players coming into the Otoado squad, and he's been saying that it's not a new thing, because the revelation of Inaki Williams, Tariq Lamptey, Mohamed Salisu coming into the team has been generating some reactions here and there in Ghana. But he's been saying that it's a normal thing. The coach should be left to decide whoever he wants in his team.
Yeah, I agree.
And we've also advise the coach to tread very cautiously.
See, the guy who has his head on the chopping block is the coach. If the players come in and they do well,
John Paintil. John Paintil is the Ghanaian player.
Okay, John. The thing there is the coach has his head on the chopping block. If he brings in those players and they do well, he will get the adulation. And if they do not, his job is on the line. He will have to go. So for me, I think we should allow the coach to do his job. If he feels that these players are what he needs to do well with Ghana, and like I said, doing well for me is relative. Doing well doesn't mean winning the World Cup. Doing well means matching the 2010 achievement, getting to the quarterfinals. Once they are able to do that, anything
that's
after
a tall
that.
order.
No, it's not. It's possible. It is very possible.
But do you want to compare the 2010 team? If you were to compare the 2020 with this team, this team somehow is still relatively new, even to Odoado himself.
I agree with you, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes there's what they call luck of the draws.
And look at the talent in that team.
There's what they call the tournament bounce.
You have Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah, all you need, Femi, is just a favorable result Once you get that favorable result, it inspires the player to go on a run. In 1990, nobody expected Cameroon. In fact, Cameroon did very, very poorly at the AFCON in Algiers. I think they were third in their group. They crashed out at the group stage. Nobody gave them a chance. But when they got to the World Cup in Italy, they did well. You know, unlike Nigeria, who did well at the AFCON 4 years later in 1994, and also did well, terribly well at the World Cup. So these things, there are no hard and fast rules about it. You cannot tell these players. Look at the Nigerian team that won the AFCON in 2013. That's one of our weakest teams ever. Weakest ever.
But that's AFCON.
That's
AFCON. But this is the World Cup.
No,
you are going to play the best of the best.
The mentality is always the same. If there are players who will do well at the AFCON and they won't do well at this thing, these things don't follow a set rule, Femi. You can get to the World Cup now. There's what they call a tournament bounce. You win a game, you go on a roll. It happens. It has happened before. It can still happen with this team.
That'd be very, very nice.
Yeah, I'm not taking any. You know, the good thing about this team is they are limited in terms of talent, but they are not afraid to go at anybody. And what I saw at the Kirin Cup,
the Four Nation
tournament in Japan gives me a slight window of hope that these boys, they just need to get a good result in the first game. They have confidence in their abilities.
Uruguay,
and they can
Portugal,
play.
South Korea.
It is possible. Who says Portugal will go through? Who says Uruguay will go through? Nothing is decided yet, Femi. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, so like Kayode said, let's keep our fingers crossed. We wish Ghana all the best. We'll be here to take you through the preparation of the Black Stars of Ghana as far as 2022 FIFA World Cup is concerned. We have just August, September, October. By October, I'm sure our national teams will be concluding their preparation for that competition. Kayode Omudari, you're welcome back.
It's always a pleasure.
Oh, we brought something from Morocco.
Yeah, I brought a Moroccan girl for you.
Come on, man. And to our producer, always there for us, we say thank you. And to you, for always being with us all the days of the week, we say thank you to you. And don't forget, as usual, wherever you are reaching us from, please indicate your location. And our people in Ghana, what do you think about Ashanti Kotoko pulling out of this tournament because, of course, the club managers in Ghana decided to bring it out of folk? What do you think? For me, I think out of folk, they are just scared. I mean, Ashanti Kotoko, they are scared of out of folk. That is just, though there is a rivalry between the two of them, but they are not only bringing out of folk, they are bringing two teams. That means another team with out of folk. So what are they afraid of? So what do you think? Do you think Ashanti Kotoko, they have the right to pull out, or would you say, what are they afraid of, like me? Until we come your way again, I say have a fantastic week ahead. Bye for now.